Welcome back to Enshrouded, everyone. Today I'm joined by my buddy Fee over here, and we are going to start work on a beautiful starter house for y'all today. So this will be super exciting, and first of all, I've got some updates from last episode. First being, we can hit the escape key here and be able to show and hide the HUD, which is awesome. So that's something that I suggested in the demo that they add, and they did indeed add that, so I can take nice thumbnails now for my YouTube videos and just have a prettier experience without the clutter when I want that. Another thing is someone commented in episode 1 that we can in fact sleep through the night now. That was not the case in the demo. So yeah, there's 2 beds over here, 1 in each tent, so we're gonna see if we can sleep the night. It's currently nighttime, and that would be amazing. Let's try this. I am sleeping. Yep, there you go. Night speed times 60. Okay, perfect. So you can indeed sleep the night, and now it is sunrise. That is amazing. Ha ha ha. Look at that. Okay, well that's awesome. That makes me like the game even more. I didn't mind exploring at night, but this way we can have it be daylight for a lot of the videos of building and stuff, so y'all can see a little better. We're not stuck out here at night, so that's really cool. So yeah, Fee and I will just start gathering a bunch of resources. We're gonna continue gathering shroud wood, which is the dead trees down in the shroud, like you guys remember from last episode. We're gonna gather a normal wood and stone. I think those will be the main materials that we're gonna be needing for the starter house. Alright, so I'm back here at the flame altar that we placed in last episode, and a couple things I wanted to do was first of all show you guys that destroying the, well, essentially when the campfires burn out, you can collect it and it gives you tar. And that is how we unlock all of the shingle roof blocks and things. So I obviously don't have enough tar to actually make a bunch, but yeah, tarred wood block, and we have, yeah, the shroud wood block there, which we haven't made yet, and the tarred shingle roof. So we do need lots of tar, and obviously destroying campfires is not going to give you a lot, but it'll give you a couple to unlock those recipes early game. And with that said, I think I'm going to go ahead and reposition this flame altar in the spot that I want it. The envision I have for this starter house is to essentially make like a nice big deck out front, like a big covered porch, with the flame altar being the center of the covered porch, which could kind of act as like an outdoor campfire with some chairs around it or whatever. It's in a really easily accessible spot to be able to fast travel between flame altars and get to it to upgrade and things. And then I want to have it go into like a nice cozy cabin, and the main level just kind of be for like living area and things. I might have a nice loft with some bedrooms, so we'll see how this goes, so stay tuned. So before I move the flame altar, I'm going to start working on the foundation of the build here. So let's go into our building and then go to our 2 meter by 2 meter wall blocks and then select it to be out of stone. And I'm going to pick about where I want the center of the front patio to be, which I think right here seems good. So I'm just going to go ahead and place one of those and then scroll down to where it says 4M. And then I wanted to select the bigger ceiling piece. They have these foundation pieces as well, but for the sake of this build, I want to do the ceiling piece here. I want to select that to be out of wood, and I'm just going to phase it right into the top of that stone piece, just like so. And now I'm going to go ahead and go over here and extinguish my flame and go ahead and move it. So we can just hit extinguish flame there. You'll have 30 seconds if you change your mind, but I would like it to be gone, so I'll just hit escape so that it can disappear. You will not get the stone back from that, so if I don't want this to disappear, I will have to replace this flame altar close to this within a few in-game days. So Fee, do you have any stone on you? I also wanted to show everyone the gifting feature, which makes multiplayer kind of cool.
Oh yeah, totally. I'll be there in just a sec.
Awesome. So yeah, you guys can see that the flame altar has disappeared now. And our build is still here and just fine, but I want to put the flame altar in a different spot. So that's what we're going to do here. All right.
I got some stone for you if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. There we go. So he just gifted me stone. And to gift items, you can go into your backpack. You can see I can just click it, right click it, hit gift. And then if Fee is close to me, I can choose to gift half, all, and choose to send however many I want. So that's a really cool feature. Makes multiplayer pretty fun. Alright, so let's go ahead and craft another flame altar here. There we go. And because I am moving it, and you can see by default, it kind of just snaps really deep into the ground. I'm unable to like raise it up out of the ground here. So having this piece here, I'll be able to raise it up to the exact level of this piece, which is really awesome. So I'm just gonna bring it and snap it in something like that for now. And that is the proper height. And then we can go ahead and actually destroy this. So to basically destroy things, we can go into tab again, and we can just right click on it, and it will destroy the entire blueprint if you have that blueprint selected. So as you can see, if I go up to our 2 meter by 2 meter wall block and then just right click, it'll recognize that that whole thing was 2 meter by 2 meter and destroy the whole thing, which is really cool, rather than destroying individual blocks, which you can do by selecting the individual block here. So now that we have our flame altar at the proper height, now we can officially start working on the real floor and foundation of the build. So I'm gonna go ahead and press Alt, go to my 4 meter, go to the ceiling piece, make sure it's out of wood, and snap one of these all the way around. And you can also use X to toggle finer snapping or not. So without X being toggled, you can see I can snap every single block here. But with X being toggled, you can see it just snaps in much easier. And I don't have to worry about misplacing it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and snap one of these all the way around the flame altar here. And this is gonna be my covered front porch eventually. And you can see they're just hovering. There is no structural support in this game, so it's kind of like Minecraft in that sense, which is kind of cool. We can build really big castles and do all sorts of cool stuff here. So there is the covered porch, and I'm actually gonna continue working on that. First thing I'm gonna do is go back to my 2 meter by 2 meter, and we're gonna go ahead and destroy the corner out of each one of these. So there we go. And in its place, we're going to select the stone, and we're gonna go ahead and place a stone corner right here. Perfect. But yeah, these will be the corners of the build. The deck posts and things. And we'll spend a bit of time on this episode. There we go. So if I don't like where I placed it, we can hit Y to just undo something. And I think you can hit Y up to 5 times, which is really cool. So yeah, we'll spend a lot of time building this. You guys will get a lot out of this episode, and I really want a nice starter house out of it that'll compensate for me and my friend and any others if they end up joining down the road. So I've got some cool plans in mind here. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring each of these deck posts 2 blocks above the floor that we're standing on here. So I will just hit tab here, and we can either just go ahead and place one of these, or for some of them that ended up placing higher, we can just go ahead and select our 1 meter block and go ahead and place it block by block. So that's where the blueprints can come in handy, because you can get a lot more placed with just one action instead of placing things block by block when you have bigger things to do. But yeah, you can place things block by block, delete them block by block. It's a really awesome system. So there we go. There is the outline of our deck. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go back to my 4 meter, select it to be out of wood, and then we're gonna start working on the cabin foundation. So that will be our front deck, and the cabin is gonna come out a whole nother one of these floor planks on both sides. And it's gonna be 3 of them wide like that. So very similar to the starter cabin build that I did in the demo, but this is gonna have a lot of updates to it. So there we go. There is our cabin foundation part. And now with that in place, we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. Destroy each of these corners with the 2 meter by 2 meter there. So just right click it, and I'd like to replace it with these guys on every corner here. So there we go. Those corners now have the stone blocks, and I may end up destroying these ones here. I'll leave them for now, but I might end up bringing them in a little bit, like to be here instead of over here, for example. So we'll see at some point, but for now, I'll just leave them there. and I'm going to make a tiny little deck off of this side. So let's go back to our 4 platform there, and put a little deck over here. And this will be a little covered porch that'll be on the side of the cabin. And then the main cabin will be in this section right here. And then a nice covered deck off the front. So it'll be a larger starter house, but very simple materials here. You can see mostly just wood and stone for over half the build, and then I'm thinking of some shroud wood for some accent pieces. So again, on this deck, we're gonna go ahead and do our little deck posts on the front. So just destroy that and replace it with those. There we go. What do you think of the foundation, Fee? It's kind of big. Kind of big, but I think it'll look good once it's built up on the walls and we've got the roof in place and everything. So yeah, with these side pieces now, I'm going to go back to the 2x2. Actually, let's see if they have a blueprint for something else I'm thinking of. Let's go to the 4, and let's go to these column pieces. Why don't I just phase these into these 4 pillars here. And don't worry, it will subtract the amount of stone that you already spent. So see, it uses 32, but then when I phase it into one of these, it now only uses 24, because it's subtracting 8 of them out of that. So those will be our main columns for the house. And then yeah, I do think I'm going to destroy these pieces for the deck. And I want to replace them right in this area instead. There we go. So destroying that, and then putting some new ones right there. And then these pieces, I'm just going to go ahead and correct it kind of one by one. We'll go ahead and destroy those. And then we can just go back to our wood in order to fill this section in. And there you go. Perfect. Awesome. And then these pillars here, I'm going to go back to my 4 meter there, scroll down to stone, and go ahead and continue them up all the way as well. So there we have it. There is our rough outline. It is now nighttime. So Fee, you want to get some beds, and I could just put like a little temporary roof over here, and we could go ahead and sleep so it's daytime again. All right, so it's now day. We've destroyed the beds and stuff, and I'll keep working on my build over here. And yeah, Fee, here's a crafting bench. I'll just place it right there. Now you can be able to craft some better gear. All right, so I'm going to continue these pillars all the way up. So let's go back to the hammer. And I want to go back to my 2 meter blocks here. And I'm going to build these pillars, but on that side. So I'm just going to follow this center line back. Go ahead and destroy that. Build it up. And then same thing over here. Just follow this all the way back. Destroy that. Oops, we accidentally placed it instead of destroyed it. There we go. Destroy that and build it up. There we go. Go to our 4 meter and go ahead and just place the columns all the way, the rest of the way up. Awesome. So this will be a little back door, I think, or it might be a solid wall. I'm not sure, since we're going to have a little door coming out onto a deck over here. So with that said, let's go ahead and make some stairs. I think I'm going to go with the 4 meter for now for these stairs. I'm just going to call it meters. I know it's all over the place. It's not really to scale, but I'm used to calling it meters from games like Valheim and stuff. So, so that's what we'll do here. All right, so let's go ahead and do this out of wood. We can go ahead and rotate it, and I'm going to place it right on that section, nice and centered. And go ahead and rotate it again and place it right center on there. Then I want to go to my 1 meter and go to the tiny little block there and go ahead and destroy the very corner of these stairs. And I want to replace those with stone. So let's go ahead and grab the stone block, and just like that. I think that looks really nice. It gives it like a nice trim on the edge of the steps there. And I'll go ahead and kind of continue that out. Just like so, kind of up another little block there. Perfect. So we'll do the same thing on the front, just to trim out the stairs nicely. That looks pretty clean. And I think I might also go ahead and do some little deck posts coming up from here, but I'll leave those for a little bit later. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take, let's see, let me just make sure they don't have a blueprint for this already. They have this piece. Actually, they do. That's the exact blueprint we need. So we're just going to go ahead and turn X off for this because I want finer snapping. We're going to do this with rough stone. And we're going to go ahead and place it toward the outside here. And all the way up at the top. Right there. So we're going to continue like this line of stone going around the whole perimeter of just the cabin part. And this might be a little finicky. Right there. We can kind of just walk it into place. Right there. And just place around the entire perimeter of this section here. So we'll stop it at the edge of these rocks. Right there. Go ahead and rotate it and all the way around the rest of it. There we go. Perfect. All right. So that is now placed around the entire cabin portion. So now you can kind of see it taking some shape there. A big deck out front, a little deck off the side, and the cabin portion over here. So with that all placed, let's go ahead and start working on some walls. So I think I'm going to go ahead with a window piece. We'll do this out of wood. And let's turn X back on. There we go. And we want this to be, actually we want X to be off. Because we want this to be just inside that outer stone border. So rather than being like this, we want it to be just inside. So just like that. Right there. And then this middle section, I will just go ahead and fill in. So we can just go ahead and take the full wall piece. Back it in just like so. Perfect. So there'll be 2 windows there. And if you decide you want a window as well, you can always just go into the 1 meter, or the little block section. You can just go ahead and chisel yourself out a little window anytime after the fact as well. So now this side, I think I will go ahead and keep it a solid wall for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to my 4, and this is just gonna be a solid wall piece. Let's go ahead and rotate it and bring it in there. Put it right there. Same thing for this section. Right there. Perfect. And then I think I'm gonna do 2 more windows and a solid wall. So we'll go ahead and grab this window and throw it right there. 1 right there, and a solid wall piece right in the center there. Awesome. And then 2 windows on the sides of the door here for this. So let's just back that up. Yep, right to there. Is that right? No, that's wrong. I'll just hit Y to undo that again. And there it is. Okay, so we want it to be placed there. And right there. And then this section here will be a door, so we can go to the door frame section and go ahead and place that right there. And I'm going to do that same thing on the front here. So 2 window sections, 1 there, and 1 there, and a door frame right there. And then I think these walls as well will end up being solid. So there we go. Go ahead and place 1 there. And like that. Perfect. So there's our cabin outline. I think that'll work out really nicely. I could add more windows after the fact again if I wanted to. But that looks really great for now. Alright, so before we continue too far, Fee and I are getting a little full on inventory, so I'm gonna go ahead and see what it costs to make a chest here. So, let's see here. We've got storage. Small chest. We need twigs. Fee, could you give me some twigs?
Oh, yeah.
I think you've got a bunch of it. He's been the resource gatherer so we can keep up on the build. Alright, ooh, awesome. Okay. There we go. Let's craft a tiny chest. We might only need 1 for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and place it right next to the workbench here. We can go ahead and move it later, but all right. Here you go. So that should be something. It doesn't have much, but it should work to at least. All right, so it looks like Shift R to deposit stacks, G to sort storage, and then R to deposit all. Nice, okay. All right, so with that chest, we'll figure it out, but I'm gonna go ahead and craft some doors for our house. So we can find that in the doors here, and it looks like we don't have these pieces unlocked yet, but we do have the crude wooden door, which is just string and wood logs. So I'm gonna go ahead and craft 2 of those. We might replace them with the nicer doors later on. Well, let's go ahead and bring those into my inventory here. And I want it to be so that the handle's on that side. There we go. And I'll place 1 there. And go ahead and rotate it. And place 1 there. Perfect. So nothing fancy. This will be a very upgradable house as we get better resources to kind of replace these with. And then I can also do the same thing, fill in all of these little holes with the windows, because we have those unlocked. So let's see here. Let's go back to here and windows. Ooh, we unlocked dishes and fences as well. Nice. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'll just make a bunch of windows because I know we'll need a lot of those. Go ahead and bring those into my hotbar, and those will just take the place of these openings here. Okay, so now that those are in, I am gonna go ahead and continue up with some stone pillars here. So let's go to our column section here, and let's see, these are, it looks like 1, 2, 3 columns apart. All right, so 1, 2, 3, and we'll put 1 right here. So I kind of want 1 on either side of the door here, and I wanted them to be out of stone, so we can just hit Y there. And go ahead and make a couple out of stone on both sides of the door there. And I'll go ahead and do that over here as well. And then I want to go ahead and center the windows on those columns. All right, yeah, so I did decide to center the windows. I just think that looks a bit better there. Another thing I wanted to do here was go to the little 1x1 blocks, go to the stone, and just place a couple of them on the outsides here. And it'll just create sort of like an archway effect over this. And this was something that someone in the comments of my old build was saying as well, of like, depending on where you're looking, it will kind of mesh in. And so like some of these will be straight like this. So you can see it's like a blocky texture. But then like the side ones here, you can see if I place them, they like create this arch. So I still don't know fully how to like purposely do that. Because yeah, I'll try to like look in different directions and stuff. Maybe it's like having to do with like rotating the block. Which I don't think I can rotate the block and create an arch, no. So yeah, in the meantime, I'll leave it like straight like that, and then the sides will just have their own little arches like this. Yeah, if anyone knows more detail about that in the comments, it looks like the back is gonna decide to be arched as well instead of squared off. So I'd love to know any feedback. I know I've talked to the devs about that. They knew that that was a thing and they were gonna try to fix it a little bit, but they haven't done anything as of now. So it looks like this side, as well as the front of our build, is gonna be just more squared off, which is okay, but yeah, I don't know if there's a way to purposely manipulate that. So with those being finished, we can go ahead and work on the second floor here. So let's go back down to the 4 section, select a wooden floor, and I'm gonna turn on X for this, just for easy snapping. And we'll go ahead and snap a floor to the area here. Let's see, actually, I'm gonna turn off X. Sometimes X just makes it a little finicky. Doesn't really put it where you want it, so let's go ahead and just kind of place things like, get the edges done first, and then I can, yeah, then I can kind of move in from there. It'll be a lot easier. Again, it doesn't matter if they phase into each other and everything. They'll only use the resources that they need. All right, there we go. So there's a ceiling there, and I'm just going to go on the outside and make sure I'm not overlapping anything or sticking out in any way by accident. And it looks like we are good. So now that we've got a ceiling on, we are going to go ahead and place some beds in here again. And yeah, Fee's got the stuff for some beds. I've gone ahead and thrown a little campfire down there. But yeah, the bed recipe isn't too expensive. If we go into here and down to the bottom, you can see comfort. We have beds. And in the meantime, by crafting a crude mattress, which is just these things, then we've unlocked the crude wooden bed, and then tables and the fireplace, chairs, benches, illumination here. So all sorts of cool stuff. This was, yeah, just firefly. We have the wax to make a candle, which was from the bees and stuff. So yeah, all this stuff just starts unlocking as you craft it, which is really nice. Awesome. So we've got some beds down there. Well, you ready to sleep the night? All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and start working on the staircase to the second level. So let me grab my hammer out here, and I'm just going to start doing this with the little 1x1 block, one block at a time. Well, it looks like we didn't fill that in all the way, but that's okay because I'm destroying it. This way we can just get a bit of a finer placement here. So I think I'm going to want it, yeah, 4 of them wide there. And let's see, all the way over maybe to there or something. We'll have to see, but now I'm going to go ahead with the little 2 meter and we'll do these stairs here. Let's go ahead and rotate it and put it somewhere, let's see, right here, and then I want to like glitch it into the wall by 1, so out and into the wall. There we go, perfect. So 1 there, and then I wanted to do 1 like that. And yeah, that's okay. So now we can go back to our little 1 meter and just destroy the little edges off of that piece. Because yeah, I wanted to do these edges in the stone as well. So go ahead and place some little stone right there. Just cleans it up, gives it a really nice look there. All right, so there is our little staircase up to the upper level. It looks like that's all we need actually for the blocks to be destroyed. So that's actually not too bad at all. All right, so I went ahead and did the same thing on the other side of the stairs there. So it's got stone trim on both sides. I think it looks kind of nice. It almost makes these little step areas kind of pronounced a little more. Just a simple way to add some texture to it. So I do think I'm going to make this house like 2.5 stories, essentially. I was thinking about just starting the roof up here, but I want to do like a big covered porch, and I think it might look too wide and too massive to be this short. So we're going to have a whole nother second level. So this house will be compatible even if you're in a multiplayer server with 16 people, which will be great. So let's go back to our floor section. I will turn on X again. And we're going to go ahead and continue every single one of these pillars up and essentially do the same exact thing as we did on the first floor, but for a second floor. All right, so I've continued the pillars up, and the only thing that's going to be different about this second floor than the first floor is that I want to do the walls out of the shroud wood blocks. So Fee has been collecting lots of shroud wood here, and we can go here and craft shroud wood blocks. So they are very expensive, but I think they're going to look really nice. And you'll see why here in a second. I just think the texture of them is a lot nicer than the normal blocks. So let's go back to our 4 meter pieces here. And I'd like to do 2 windows here. Let's go to the shroud wood. Go ahead and rotate this piece. And turn off X there. Perfect. So yeah, check out the texture of how the shroud wood looks there. That's just really clean. I really like that look. It's going to look nice from the outside as well. Just adds a little bit to the build. All right. And actually with those pieces, I am going to have them be walls instead of windows because I have a different plan for the covered porch. So let's go ahead and get rid of those and do them as just solid walls for that section. And then I wanted these portions to be windows. There we go, perfect. Actually, we're not burning through too much shroud wood, so that's not quite as bad as I initially thought it would be. Alright, so let's do a couple windows on this side. Right there and there. I'm thinking of just a nice big one in the middle here. So we'll see how that would look. I'm just going to go ahead and fill it all the way in with a solid wall for the time being. Then we can chip out a window. And then these are just going to be solid. But we do need some more shroud wood. Alright, Fee, I'm going to come down and help you get some shroud wood. Alright, here we go. Let's use the new glider to dive into the shroud.
Ah, I forgot I had that.
Yeah. Yeah, you just made it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So here we go. We are now in the shroud again. And I'm hoping I don't die. I'm a little farther away from the spot I was last time. Looks like something's dying over there. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and stock up on all of this shroud wood. And I hope you all are enjoying the episode so far. It is going to be a little more uncut. It's going to be a slightly longer one, but I figure it'd be really cool to fit the whole build into an episode. You guys can pause it as you wish, resume it as you wish and things, but just for the sake of organization, you can bear with me for this build. It's definitely not a tiny one, but it should accommodate all of our needs for a long time as we kind of venture through the game. And then we'll do a lot of adventuring and then eventually find a really cool spot for like a Hobbit house village, a nice medieval village, places like that to really settle down with long-term projects where like each video could be of a specific build within that village kind of a thing. So those are like my future plans. But for now, I figure it'd be really good to have a nice spacious house to settle down, to be able to put the NPCs at, to be able to get all the crafting stuff, have a nice bedroom, lots of storage for our inventory. And a lot of these survival games, myself included, but I see a lot of people just set up like a quick shack, and it'll do the trick for a while. But I figure with this game, there's really no need to like speed run it, so to speak. So we're just gonna take time and have a lot of fun, and deck out a really nice first build. Oh gosh, the glider just saved me. Oh no, I fell down.
Uh-oh.
I fell down into the shroud. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh no. It's not good. I can't get out. Shoot. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh no, I might die here. I don't know where I am. And I'm out of stamina. I'm just on like a cliff edge here. Alright, I could open the map, try to find you. I'm like at this really weird location here. Oh, it looks like I can kind of follow the path up. My timer is running out quick though. Oh golly. Am I coming toward you? Can you look on the map and see if I'm like... Oh, there we go. I see the bridge faintly up here. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, I'm right by the bridge.
Oh man, that was close. Alright, we'll probably be dying in the shroud a lot in future episodes here. Oh nice, and here we go. This thing has respawned so we can restore our time. Yeah, I'm coming back to the house now and I see that you just spawned over there. Naked and afraid, what happened down there?
Oh, hey there.
Did you get attacked by something or did you die from the shroud?
I was just going to town on some trees and next thing I know, I'm
You're dying.
I'm done.
Oh no. Alright, well I've got back with some of my shroud wood so I can go ahead and get some more of these blocks, and I guess just let me know when you make it back. But yeah, at least you still have your shield and your axe and stuff to get back down there and grab your inventory again.
Yeah, and I got my glider too, so I should be able to just glide right back.
Yeah, that's super nice that you don't lose everything on a death. You just lose like all the items and stuff within your inventory, but not your gear necessarily. So here we go. I've gone ahead and walled off the second floor here with the shroud wood. I just love the antique texture of that. It wasn't too expensive, all things considered. So let's go ahead again and put a floor on top of this, put another staircase because we'll have a little loft, and then we can go ahead and start working on the roof. There we go. Perfect. I think now we are ready to start roofing this place. So as I did on the first floor, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of start trimming out a little roof line here with some more of these pieces. Just all the way across around the entire perimeter, and those will be what will kind of bring the roof up from. Yeah, as I start getting these around, you can then sort of see how this looks from down below. You can see the texture is really quite nice. I really like the look of that. And then once we have the covered porch and all the other exterior details, right now it just looks like a big box, but trust me, it'll kind of come together as we go along. Alright, so it's dark again, and before we do the roof, we're going to go ahead and sleep. I noticed we unlocked the fireplace in the fireplaces category here. So I'm going to go ahead and craft that, and that might be a bit better than the campfire. Hopefully it won't burn out as much and everything. I'll just put it there for now. Yeah, we can still cook on it, but we'll see if that one doesn't burn out like the campfire did. And yeah, if one person is sleeping, you still skip the night at half speed, so it's really cool. And then if two people sleep, it goes twice as fast. So that's a really neat mechanic. Alright, morning again, and we're just gathering a little bit of plant fiber to go ahead and finish the roof of the build here. Interesting. There's some stuff over here up on top of this hill. Let's see, another journal. Let's go ahead and read it. Interesting. Okay, another alchemist theories there. The title is War. Alright. They took the Pikemead's Reach. They killed the king, Gormander. Any army of lunatics, stickly pale, barely lifting their feet above the bloodied ground. They dragged themselves through our valleys, through the Maesma, led by the mad guard of the north, Vargoth. I always knew the elixir would sow a seed of distrust. I look up at the ancient spire, at the sky. There is no running, no hiding. We must persevere. Another one from Balthazar.
Yikes. It's depressing.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these are depressing. All of the backstory and everything of the world. It's pretty cool. Alright. I'll go ahead and make a bunch of plant fiber roof block. There we go. Oh, and we have enough tar now from all the campfires to make some shingles, but we'll go ahead with plant fiber for this one. And get up on top in the loft here. And go ahead and start this. We want to start with these ones. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate it. And what happens if we do use X on this? Will it make it any easier? Not entirely. So yeah, I'm gonna just keep X off for the sake of the build from now on. I just think it works a lot easier without it. So the first roof piece is always a bit finicky, but it looks like right there is where we want it. Sometimes a little easier from the side to end up placing it. So that's gonna be our first one. Let's go ahead and rotate it around again. We'll kind of look over the side here, and right there. That looks good. And this backside is gonna continue all the way across the entire back of the build. Let's see here. And that wasn't the right spot, so we can just hit Y. It's so nice that they have those easy building mechanics. Alright. Another one there, and one right there. Perfect. And then we'll go ahead and rotate it around again. And I'll look over the edge here and place one just like that. Yep, looks pretty good to me. Alright, so now we're going to go to the little inner roof corner here. And I want to place one of these right on the outside. I think that's the right spot for it. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and rotate it another one. Kind of phase it down over and pull it in a little bit. Perfect. Okay. And then I also noticed, yeah, we have the roof peaks. I think these are new from the demo. So this will make it like super easy to kind of finish out the roof. I need some more roof blocks though. All right, so let's try this roof peak section here. So let's get to it on the side here. Uh-oh. I do take fall damage from that height. All right. Let's just get back up there and try this from this end then. Let's try it there. Is that the right spot? Nope. That's too far out. All right, one back right there. Perfect. Okay. And then we can go ahead and rotate that. Yeah, this makes roofs a ton easier from what they were in the demo. We didn't have these tools before to be able to do like the roof peaks like this. All right, that's too far out again. Pull it in a bit. There we go. Awesome. All right, that's amazing. And then we can just go ahead and throw it down right there. Same thing on this side. Let's see, back it up a little bit. Too far out. Okay, I'll get the hang of this soon. I think I just have to visually kind of wrap my head around how this works, but let's see here. Another one there, and then we can go to our 2 meter, I believe. Yeah, 2 meter roofs. Go to our inner corner here and rotate that around and place it, let's see, right here. Let's try that maybe. Yep, okay. Rotate it and then do another one right here. Yeah, there it is. And we can just take our little 2 meter roof piece, or actually this could be another one of the 4 meter there. And then rotate it into place. And let's see here. This is gonna have to be a little more, something like that. I think we just did it. All right, so there is the roof outline for the main build up here. And then I wanna do some decks coming off of it. So I'm thinking a double-decker deck on this side here. And then just a single like roof that kind of comes down from this side over here. And Fee up there is filling in the windows of the second level with some window panes. So that's nice. Alright, yeah, this is turning into a pretty large build, but that's good. It'll definitely accommodate us for a lot of adventure. Just to be really organized and feel good. Feel good about getting our feet set in the game. Alright, so with the roof completed now, we're gonna go ahead and fill in these end pieces. So I'll just go into tab, we're gonna go to our 4 meter sections there. We're gonna go to this stepped wall piece. And I want it to be out of the shroud wood, which we've made a couple more blocks of. So I'm just gonna kind of put it right in here, step it down a bit, and kind of push it back. I just wanna make sure, yep, right there, and push it back. Perfect. Same thing on this side. Right down there, and push it back in. Awesome. So I'm just gonna do that all the way around because the more we can get done with these blueprints, the less we have work to do block by block. All right, so now that all those are filled in, I'm gonna go to the little 2 meter pieces. And again, we can just get some more of this done with our blueprints while we have them. So I can just rotate it and do the same thing over here. Let's see. Right, like that. So yeah, the only thing that you'll see is on the edge of your roof pieces, you'll see like these little, the little things of wood poking out. Which doesn't look too bad in my opinion. It's kind of trims the roof out nicely. I just want to make sure they're not poking out more than they should be. So that's completely normal. That's just the textures kind of meshing together in their own ways. But again, I don't think it looks too bad. I think it looks just fine. Kind of adds a little character to the edges of the roof. Yeah, so that looks good all the way around, so I'm going to finish filling them in and doing a central window in each one of them. So here we go. I can just take the window frame and essentially go in each one of these. And that should end up actually completing most of it there. Now with these upper windows, I want them to be a little bit wider. So I will go ahead to the little 1 meter block and bring them out. 2 on each side. Because these are some nice viewpoints. It's a bit bright. It'll be a little bit less of a harsh contrast when we get some lights inside of the build here. Alright, this looks awesome as the main portion of the house. So my friend Fee had to head out, so it's just me now finishing the decks of the house here. So let's get started. What I think I'm gonna do is go with the 2x2 here. Let's create a deck post right here and go up to the stone here. And let's see, fill that portion in. Something like that. And let's do the same thing right here. So destroy that and fill that in, just like so. And then I want to do another one right here. So 1, 2. It doesn't really matter. We'll fix the height of it eventually. And right here. Oops. There we go. Perfect. So now I want to continue these pillars up all the way. So let's go to the 4 meter section. And let's see. Let's just go ahead and bring those all the way up like so. Because yeah, this section... Oops, is that not going to snap in the right spot? Uh-oh. Oh, right, because we have X on. Okay, so yeah, whenever you have those issues, just untoggle X there. So yeah, I'm going to bring those all the way up. I'm also going to... See, I'll put X back on. And bring those all the way up. Let's grab these pieces again. And try to finish out the side sections here. Let's see, I'm gonna have to turn X off again for these. There we go, perfect. So one there, and there. There. And over here. Awesome. All right. That looks great. And then this side, I'm not going to do it on. This will just be the wood floor. So let's go over here and select it to be out of wood. And we can go ahead and build the second deck level right up in here. And it'll look something just like that when it's done. I also went ahead and continued the little deck posts on the ends here up by another 2 blocks high. So that should be good. And then yeah, if we head up top here, I've gone ahead and broken out this little area for a little doorway up to the second level deck up here. So now let's work on the roof section over here. And for this, I would like to go ahead and place a wood floor because I might end up having a little loft over here. I'm not sure just yet, but I think it could look really good if I do it right. So let's go ahead and finish a little wood floor over here. Alright, so we actually misplaced this column over here. It has to be that way by another block. So let's go to our column blueprint here. Go ahead and right-click it, and it will dismantle that whole section. Then we can just do a little touch-up over here. Go ahead and destroy those 2 blocks. And these 2. And then we can go ahead and fix that there. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so let's go ahead and open this wall up right here. So we could have a little doorway. And again, I don't know exactly how big this will have to be. I'll refine the size of it when I actually end up putting the doorway in there. But that should do for now. And then we'll go ahead and build a roof. And I'm hoping the roof point will come like right up around here so that we can actually access this little loft area, which could be really cool. So let's go back to our roofs here. There's the 4 meter. We can go ahead and rotate it, stand kind of on the edge here, and turn off X so we can get finer snapping here. And let it sit down right there. Perfect. So again, just standing kind of close to the edge, stepping back a little bit, and putting it right there. That looks pretty good. Let's rotate it around again, and try it for this section here. So I want to snap it like here, and then I also want to like move it in toward the house. There it is. Perfect. Rotate it, and snap one right over here, and then right there in toward the house. Okay, so we may have to end up moving that window just a little bit higher, which is okay. That'll end up being fine. So let's rotate to our roof points here. And I think it's right there. Yep, perfect. This time I'm getting it. Haha. Let's start it in toward the house. So right there, and then work our way out here. There we go, perfect. That's a little easier. So yeah, let me go upstairs and see if that blocks our view. Yeah, it does. So this, I'm just going to get rid of these. So again, you can just hold E and be able to pick up any items like furniture and stuff like this. Patch this up a bit, so it's gonna have to be up to there. So that may end up working, actually. So what if I just have 2 windows kind of on both sides of it? I think the windows go up like 4 things high, so maybe I have 2 windows, something like that. Ah, so they're not quite that high, so we can go ahead and fill in maybe these 2 right here. And let's give that a shot. Just 2 of them right up there. So 1 there and 1 there. Alright, let's see how that looks. Yeah, I like that. That really adds a lot to the house. So now let's finish off this front edge, and it'll really start coming together. Okay, there we go. I finished off the front section here, and that is looking absolutely beautiful. You could really see this house, or mansion, I guess, taking some shape. I really, really like it. So now let's figure out something to do for these deck railings. I was almost thinking of doing like single stone blocks all the way across, and this was something someone in one of my chats commented, was it would be really cool to add some like railing pieces to the game, or little things that we could use that are a little bit smaller and skinnier than blocks. So I think what I'll do, and by the way, you can just build right from your blocks. You don't have to have your hammer selected all the time if you just want to build block by block. So that is nice. But what I think I'll do is I'll go ahead and select the 1 meter. We'll just scroll all the way down to, let's see how the shroud wood would look first as a railing here. You know what? That's actually not bad, and I really, really like the look of it as a railing. It kind of has that like I-beam look to it, which I like a lot. So yeah, let's just use the shroud wood for the railings around the deck here. Again, it's a little fat looking, but I think this will look right. Let's just finish out this little section and see how this would look from over here. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And then I think in here, I kind of want to do, let's see, let's make it stone. And let's continue these up, kind of like that. And then we can kind of tie the railings into them. There we go. I think that actually looks really nice. And then I just used some little stone blocks, which actually made for nice little round poles, like in between the deck railing there for the second deck there. So I think this is looking absolutely fantastic. It really came together. So with that, I think the exterior of this build is completed, and I will definitely be decking out the interior a lot more as we go along and unlock new recipes and things. I'd love to get some furniture, like little seating and stuff around this flame altar to kind of almost be like a little fire pit on the deck and such. But with the size of this build, it will definitely accommodate for everything we'll need for a lot of early game adventure, until I end up getting the chance to build a village and everything later on, which I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, we'll be able to kind of make this bottom level like a good sized crafting level. Maybe the charcoal kiln, the forge, workbench, all the NPCs can have a place down here and such. Then we could kind of have like some nice living quarters up here, a nice little hangout area kind of a thing, maybe some trophies and such. And then a little bedroom in here. And then the very top loft could again just be more beds and things. That's where we've moved our beds to for now. And yeah, this little fireplace also does not burn out. So that's nice. It'll just stay lit forever, unlike the little campfire. So this will be one of the bigger builds of the series, aside from castles and things that I'll possibly do later on. But I definitely have a thing for the smaller, more cozy builds, and when I get a village going, I'd love to do something more like that with more Hobbit houses and things, and maybe like an individual build for each of the NPCs and things like that. But yeah, I think for early game to have a lot of space for beds and storage and the NPCs until I get a village for them and things, I think this will definitely be good. So with that, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Huge thanks again to all of my channel supporters and members. And be sure to subscribe and join the Discord server through the link in the description, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.